Hey, what's up, traders? Today is Monday, March 14th, 2016. This is Trader Tim bringing you another Monday market analysis. Tons of stuff going on this week. Rather than try and list it off, I'll pull over the economic calendar so you can take a look. Nothing really going on today, but the rest of the week we've got the FOMC meeting announcement. Tons of economic data coming out on Wednesday along with the meeting announcement. So pretty much, Wednesday is going to be a day to sit back and just let the market kind of do its thing. It can be, exciting to want to get involved around the FOMC meeting announcement, but there's just so much whipsaw action that usually occurs. Even if you're in a trade that ends up going your way, you can get, these ginormous price swings, and the market just does real funny things. So use extreme caution on Wednesday, and I would highly recommend taking a breather just because there's so much economic news that's coming out. On Thursday, then we got jobless claims, and then Friday's a pretty light day aside from the expiration of the quadruple witching that we have. So Thursday morning, I will be doing a live trading session, trading webinar with Infinity Futures. We'll be talking about the markets, this week in particular being rollover week, in the sense that futures rollover was last Thursday. Options expiration is this Friday. We've got two contracts trading. The volume typically has shifted into the front month or into the back month at this point. But there's a lot of funky things that can really go on this week. So, on top of the FOMC meeting announcement, all the economic news, and being an expiration week, just, use extreme caution. If you got other things to be doing and you're going to kind of sit back this week, that's totally okay. Better to be around in the good weeks with capital to trade than to have just silly, weird things happen and lose money on a week like this. That it's 1 week out of 52, so no harm in taking a breather or just sitting on the sidelines this week. What I want to talk about this week to kind of take us into, a couple potential scenarios. We had a little bit of a rollover last week, so I'm just kind of starting off. I pulled up the same drawing that I've had in last week's video, and I was talking about how it seemed like we would get a little bit of a decline or a rollover with this nice spinning top candle formation, and we did, but it was only briefly. And then we've come just the last couple of days here, Friday and today, to make a new most recent high. We still haven't quite made a significant move over, let's see, we had 1425, and then today, just in the last few minutes here, just because I'm recording the video while the market's still open, we just barely pierced that. So, that's a pretty significant break. It would be foreseeable to get a move up to 2030, but if I go to the full 24 hours worth of data, you can see that we have a widening formation where the market has started kind of at a tight place and then expanded, making lower lows and higher highs. Now that formation typically leads to a reversal, and it would not be surprising at all given that we have this nice double bottom. We have a rally. We broke the prior swing high. So what I'm looking for this week to more than likely take action next week, but we could come down this week. So whatever today's highs end up being, or even tomorrow's highs, drawing from lows to highs and looking for a pullback around the 1910 level. If we come up to, a little bit higher, I would just adjust my anchor point to whatever those highs end up being. And you'll see that, 1910, we've got a lot of support down here, previous highs. So with this week's news announcements, it would be foreseeable that we could get some real choppy whipsaw action and then see a big decline, relatively big decline down to the 1910 level. So, 100 points on the S&P, and then looking for a bounce from there. If all of the news that comes out leads to a positive reaction by the market, there's so much congestion up here. I would look for this high of 2075s to be kind of I would consider that a stretch, a reach at this point to have all of this selling and then a pretty strong move with not really any major pullbacks. You had 2-day pullback over here, another 2-day pullback, and then just continuing to the bulls taking over and pushing us higher. So with that being said, having the recent trend being up, to have a swift move through all of this congestion plus all of this resistance back here would be pretty surprising. But the market never ceases to surprise us. So 2075s to the upside, or 1910s. 1908.75 is the exact, but this high will probably change overnight. So in the 1910 area, be looking for a pullback and then getting along down at this area. So taking 15-minute shorts down into 1910, 15-minute longs out of 1910. Let's take a quick look at the volume, and you can see that a little bit lower volume as we've been moving higher. Really, this whole uptrend, if you kind of take the average here and you look at this average back here where the market was kind of churning or moving sideways, a little bit more volume than we saw in this rally. So a lot of things pointing to a big potential move down to 1910. But like I said, we've got a lot of economic news this week. So we will see what happens. Tune in on Thursday to the live trading session. I'll stick the link in the video description below so you can log in and check that out. We'll be trading right in the morning. May or may not be trading given what we'll have going on, but we'll at least be watching the markets Thursday morning. We'll be talking about the setups I'm looking for, things that I do during this week that are different than most other weeks of the year, just because we're in this funky futures rollover deal. So, but by Thursday we'll have the FOMC meeting announcement, so some of this will be shaken out. So I hope to see you Thursday, and we will talk to you guys soon.